Here, or are they just
not yet? I don't think.
What time?
It's a podcast. This is the Gaijin Smash podcast.
Gaijin Smash!
He does it every time.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
We don't get. We have to deal with it. So my name is Grin.
My name's Bryan.
Anchan.
I'm Graham.
Graham's our special guest. And before we get into anything, first let's drink the
Ukon no Chikara.
Cheers.
Let's just go right into it. Oh shoot!
Oh yeah.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I forgot to say cheers first.
Bryan didn't get me.
Jeez, this guy.
Yeah, I'll get you. Here you go. Boom. Sorry there.
No problem.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
I like the Kashi's
really
orange
good.
one.
I like the original better.
Yeah, you like the medicine one
The
better.
original tastes like you're really
He
doing
shoots, he
something.
scores.
I don't know if he scored.
It was close enough.
So this is the Gaijin Smash podcast where we talk about things in Japan. You missed.
I was throwing
We
blind.
talk about Japan life, and we're all foreigners living in Japan, and we have three rules.
Three
right?
basic rules that I break.
Three basic rules that we always seem to break. Well, he broke all of them. You broke all of them last week. Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't broken any.
I wasn't in last week. So.
No, you were in last week. You weren't in 2 weeks ago. Wait, maybe you were 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks
and
ago,
you weren't in last
I
week.
wasn't in last week. Yeah.
So the rules are: first rule is you're not allowed to say you're stupid or what you said was stupid or anything like that. Yeah, wait.
Oh, go man,
He's
go
telling
man.
the rules. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
After the rules.
I'm new to this.
And so instead of saying that, you could just say go on, because we want people to say stupid things and to just show how stupid they are, because it's funny. It's hilarious.
Go on.
Yes, exactly. And the second rule is if somebody says we can't talk about that, we have to respect that and not talk about
Never
it.
been used before.
Never
ever been used before.
Except in joking, just in joking.
Yes.
The third rule is Anders' mom's rule, which is you're not allowed to say
The F word.
The F word.
There's no swearing. Basically, no
She
swearing.
says some
yeah,
hardcore
right.
stuff to you,
Yeah,
man.
she's pretty
Yeah, she does.
hardcore.
I used to read Anders' Facebook threads because we have a lot of similar topics we debate, and
Yeah?
sometimes his
Yeah.
mom would just
Right?
drop some heavy
Hi.
stuff, man.
Big time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it, and we're going to drink while we do this, because this is Gaijin Smash, and that's how we do it.
Special Asahi with I don't know.
Actually, I'm going to drink my Grand Kirin first.
All right. Well.
Yes,
Right.
it says
Cheers.
Murakami O Matsuri, the big Murakami
big
Dai
Murakami,
Matsuri, yeah. And Murakami, which is actually where we're shooting Kanpai, shooting
Kanpai.
this particular Kanpai, sorry, Kanpai,
Kanpai.
Kanpai Graham, boom. Murakami, where we're shooting this, is the city in northern Niigata, basically the last city in Niigata.
About
before
what, 30 miles north of Niigata?
More than that.
Really?
40.
40 miles north?
Going
How many kilometers? I thought it was only like
60
60
something.
kilometers.
60
So
something.
it's
That's
about
more than
40 miles
Yep.
Yeah.
north of Niigata City. We're in Niigata Prefecture, which is on the northwest side, northeast side?
Northeast side
No,
of Japan.
northwest side.
Northwest side of Japan, on the Sea of
Northwest
Japan
side of
coast.
Japan.
Sea of Japan. Yeah.
And so our special guest here is Graham, and you might notice in some of our videos we have our concert that we did at his show for his recent CD release called Darkside Radio, which was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome,
Blast. The
man.
weather did not cooperate, but
No,
it
that was
fun.
all rainy. If you watch those videos that we put out, you probably can't hear us over the rain, can you?
You can barely, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was a super rainy day.
It was
yeah.
it's crazy
But,
rainy.
these guys are always super good, so you guys are awesome, man.
Whatever.
Every time, these are the most. Anders is the most self-deprecating guy I've ever met. About his
Can you
band,
see
but
it?
every time you play, it's
Can you
fucking
see
awesome.
it?
It's awesome.
Darkside
Just
Radio.
dropped the F-bomb.
Check it out on CD, baby.
Oh, that's
read
right.
my lips,
Yeah,
so.
my mom didn't see it because you're.
That's right. So they can't
So-
prove it.
And we're also Graham has invited us to play at an event on the 24th of August, if you happen to be watching this podcast and it's put up by then. And we're playing, it's World Scramble Day in Niigata, in Bandai. So
August 24th.
yeah, August 24th.
I will
Sounds
make
like
sure
fun.
that I am there.
I'll make sure that I'm drunk.
From 11 to 6, looks like.
On
11
top of
to 6.
Bandai Bus Center.
Sweet.
11 to 6, that's going on the event calendar.
So if you're
right
in
now.
Niigata and you're watching this, you're probably watching it at the same time that the concert's happening. Because I'm so damn slow editing these videos and putting them up. Yeah, I'm sorry about
maybe
that.
we just do this, like do a mini podcast where you just do the advertising the show. Just a thought. Because you don't have enough to do already.
What? Yeah,
You don't have enough
I
to
don't.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just could usually, have more work to do because I'm so, free all the time.
Yeah,
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't remember.
I don't know. My head's so busy right now. I don't even know.
Why don't we talk to Graham?
Hey, Graham, how's it going?
I'm just kind of nervous, man, to be honest. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. Do I look at you guys or I look at that thing?
doesn't
Just
matter.
I look at the floor.
Just,
I just
drink.
drink.
Just drink.
Can I
Just drink.
I'll
Just
be
drink.
quiet
Just drink and,
This
and,
is-
You
and
guys do
talk.
your
So
thing.
I'm going to talk about some things that I posted because I and sometimes Bryan post stuff on the.
Sometimes, Brian, yeah.
Yeah, but you never post your name on there, so everybody thinks it's me that posts when you post on the Facebook page. And then someone gets mad at me and it's like, I thought you knew about that. It's like, "God."
Okay,
Yeah,
well
what
then
was that? That was
let
the-
me go ahead and I'll clear that one up. I posted on there about problems with the Kashiwazaki Kariwa Village nuclear power plant, which is only about 40 miles to the south and west of us in Niigata. I did not know that it was the largest nuclear power plant in the world by power output. And I also didn't know that it
I
had
did.
quite so many problems.
It's
It
got
is
plenty.
on a number of fault zones, and the employees of the plant were asked by the operator of the plant to just, fill in the cracks, just cover them up. We're going to pretend that they're not here. That there was a leak at the plant. I was told there was one there that was open for 4 years. I don't know if that is. I have not been able to verify that, but supposedly there was a leak in the plant that was leaking radioactive water for 4 years. And, lots of other problems. I posted that on there. Another nuclear
So
bomb.
when Japanese people are out in force, picketing about how they want the nuclear power plants to be shut down, this is the reason why, because
Yes.
of the poor performance that the is that TEPCO as well?
That is also
Oh, yeah,
TEPCO.
TEPCO.
That is
TEPCO is
also
just-
TEPCO.
They were all
Scary.
built by GE, I think.
Really?
Back in the 70s, 60s, 70s. Yeah,
Really?
but there was a huge outcry when they were putting them up, too. But it was all...
It was all ignored.
It was ignored. Well, the
Well, they had
Americans
to
pushed
have
it.
they had to have some power, though. I mean,
Well,
Japan.
Then
We don't have
we
any
nuked-
choices.
First, we nuked them.
Yep.
Nagasaki and
and now
Hiroshima.
we're trying to give them
Hiroshima,
more.
and now we're
nukes.
giving
Then
more
That
nukes.
was why then that's why they were kind of opposed to it because they
more
understood the,
radioactive
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Oh,
don't.
that's
I
what
don't
we
understand how the heck Japan could have even built them and can even defend them now.
Japan
That's-
didn't build them. U.S. did.
They built
Well,
the power plants.
GE
They built the
built
power
GE
plants.
built the power plants. They were forced to build them. We kind of beat them after we bombed them twice. Didn't really have a say, and plus the CIA supported the Jaminto party for the last 70 years or so.
Okay.
Crazy, man. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Something like that. All right. Well, so that was a thing, and the next thing was stuff about Fukushima power plant. The Fukushima power plant is the 3 nuclear power plants in Fukushima Prefecture that went into nuclear meltdown after the tsunami and giant earthquake of
311.
3/11,
311.
March
11.
11th, 2011.
Didn't I post this too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
posted
did.
this one too.
Yeah. During the cleanup and debris removal stage that they're at right now, radioactive dust escaped from the site and ended up in rice fields as far as, I think, 60 kilometers away. And it was not noticed or not very well documented until now. And they're saying, well, we're going to take measures to prevent more spread of radioactive dust. But, yeah, we're not going to guarantee anything. There's going to be more contamination, probably.
There is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is
definitely
going to be
going
more
to be
contamination.
contamination. And that goes along with the thing that we talked about last time about the monkeys.
The monkeys in Fukushima Prefecture, as far away as 250 kilometers away from the power plant, having leukemia or
some sort of blood diseases from radiation exposure.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. And then he posted yet another one from Fukushima.
Oh,
river,
yes,
about the river.
The Arakawa River. This is the most outrageous story of all. The Arakawa River in Fukushima, which flows through Fukushima City from Urabandai, was voted as the cleanest river in Japan based upon water oxygen usage, and absolutely no tests on radioactive contamination were done whatsoever. They just slapped the label on there. It's the cleanest river in Japan. We're done. Back up. They did. Yeah, that's what they did. Slam, bam, Sam. Thank you, ma'am. It's the cleanest river in Japan. So the Arakawa River in Fukushima.
The radiation probably killed everything off.
Possibly. Very possibly.
It's sanitized. Yeah, it's clean.
That's why it's so clean.
Yeah.
All the bacteria can't survive in that radiated environment. So
clean.
it's sterilized.
Sterilized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sterile.
It's sterile.
Oh yeah. So if you got cuts and bruises and stuff like that, then they'll start advertising it as like a miracle onsen cure type of thing or something like that.
Didn't Ann Coulter say something like that? Like that Fukushima's good. Japan should be happy because like they use radiation to treat cancer and stuff. And
And now you can go and enjoy the radiated onsens and get all the benefits.
Wow.
Benefits, yeah.
Benefits
The
of the
benefits of radiation. Mm-hmm.
Paging.
To be honest, though, if you're going to Fukushima and you do go to an onsen and it does have some sort of radiation in it, you're not living there, so anything that you do get out of that will go away once you return to once you came from. So the radiation is only really bad for those people who live in the area or who eat the food that's grown in the area. So there is that.
Yeah, I usually just try to watch when I go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Not to buy any produce from Fukushima.
Yeah.
But some of the
It's not like all the food.
It's
not like all the food in Fukushima is radiated, but you
but
don't know what's what.
Yeah.
And
Right.
their
Well,
testing is so sketchy,
Yeah.
and there's no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
like
testing and the labeling is the problem.
labeling is horrible because a lot of this stuff it's from Fukushima, and you don't even know it's from Fukushima. They don't label it. You have no idea.
Well, I went to the store in Tsugawa, which is at basically one of the towns just to the west of the border with Fukushima in Niigata, and they were selling Fukushima peaches. And Fukushima is famous for its peaches.
You're talking too close to the damn
It
mic.
is famous for its peaches. Parts of Fukushima I would not be bothered about at all because they were south or west of the track and had enough mountains between them and the power plant that I think there's a reasonable amount of a chance that those peaches are not irradiated. But it just says Fukushima peaches. I don't know where in Fukushima, so I'm not going to eat those peaches.
Right, and there's nothing that says if it's been tested or not. And the other thing is the stuff that they did test. They would take a very small sample from, and they would take a sample from the most probably safe pile of stuff and sample that, and then they would basically didn't say that the entire thing is based on that one sample.
Did you guys hear about that farmer that hung himself? Right after
I did hear about that.
they cleared him to continue selling his produce.
Yeah.
He found out about it. He was selling this super
The broccoli.
highly irradiated
The
stuff.
broccoli, yeah, the broccoli
Yeah.
farmer.
So-
Yeah.
And he killed. Yeah, he
That
killed
was
himself.
super intense, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah, I
believe
saw
that story.
I saw the interview with his son.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
yeah, I
son,
saw
yeah,
the
yeah.
same one. Yeah. Maybe did you guys post it? Someone else.
I can't
Maybe
remember.
it was-
I
maybe it was
watched-
Japan
I saw it
Times.
in the newspaper. I did not see it on the news.
I saw it on TV.
Honestly, for Gaijin Smash, I try to avoid this kind of stuff. That's just why he posted it and I didn't. I mean, Gaijin Smash, yeah, we kind of want to talk about it,
Certainly
but
not
Well,
lighthearted
it's
stuff.
hilarious.
yeah, it's not, hilarious. It's hilarious, yeah. People dying and
Yeah,
getting
it's-
cancer and stuff like that. That's hilarious.
Well, we talk about things from Japan. This is something from Japan. If we're not going to bring
That's
it to the
on
world,
its way to California.
yeah.
It's hard to balance it though. There are some
Yeah.
super like sensationalist websites
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah.
radiation's leaked down to Antarctica already, and
Yeah,
the seals are
yeah,
testing positive, and everyone's gonna die. And it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
at first
the,
those alarmed me a bit, but then I realized like there's this whole breed of articles like that are
the worst one is
equally as bad.
Yeah.
the worst one is this picture that's been going around that shows like this. It has like this colorful, like mixture of colors
Yeah.
in the ocean.
It's not even a radiation.
It's not even the radiation. It's wave propagation. The waves from the earthquake.
It
because
just makes
you
it look
can't-
like Japan's just leaking death.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's no way in hell that they could measure the ocean. The ocean is freaking huge. I don't think people realize how big the ocean is, and there's no way you could measure
And it's
all the
always moving,
radiation
right? Yeah.
or how it's moving or anything like that. Not even from space. There's no satellite that can measure radiation from 3 miles in the air away from something. If we could do that, then we would know exactly how much radiation there is in Fukushima.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to send people with Geiger counters and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, there's no way to know. So people who say, yeah, the ocean's full of radiation and this is a picture of that stuff, that's a bunch of garbage. It's just not true. Simply not true. Now, moving on, something a little bit more lighthearted. Bryan did a couple videos recently for Traveling on a Dime.
Yes, I did.
One of them was the Banetsu Monogatari.
The Banetsu Monogatari, which is a steam engine, a preserved C-57 class steam engine that...
It sounds so nerdy.
C-57...
A C-57 class steam engine, and it goes between Niigata
and interestingly enough, Aizu Wakamatsu in Fukushima Prefecture. And
You rode that with...
I rode that with Graham back in... Not this Graham, my friend Graham.
The,
First
the
Graham.
original Graham from
Original
Gaijin
Graham.
Smash.
The original Graham.
From
Yeah,
the
first-
Gaijin
the
Smash
first podcast,
podcast.
there was an original Graham.
Yeah.
I saw the original Graham, I think.
Yeah, we went there during Golden Week, and I've only just now finished editing the piece, but we went on that train to Aizu Wakamatsu in Fukushima.
You almost lost your arm
How did I almost lose my arm?
because you had your camera out and on the train, and the tunnel was coming up. It looked like the tunnel was gonna smack your arm. Dude. It was pretty scary.
Oh, that's what you... Well, I was actually...
Is that at the end of the video?
At the very end of the video, yeah. I wasn't about to lose my arm. It was just that when we hit the tunnels, the smoke and the dust came
and
shooting
the air,
into
just everything. It's
yeah,
like
so
pressure.
We were like, ugh. So when that happened, we actually came ducking in and slammed the window.
Yeah, well, that was pretty interesting. I was a little bit freaked out about that, but yeah, that's a great video.
Thank you. I think that's my best one yet.
I think so too. So if you haven't watched it, go to Grinning Studios and you can see it there. He also had another video on
The Niigata Craft Beer No Gin,
Beer
which
No
was
Gin,
happened at the end of June. The end of June. Last weekend of June in Niigata, we have the largest craft beer festival in Japan, and we went to it and had a wonderful time.
And we also did the high five video.
We did the
for
high
that,
five video,
but
then.
I haven't edited the video yet. Sorry about that. Just no
You
time.
should be sorry.
It's a really great video. We got some great people coming up just like out of the blue. It's like high five, and some people with some really interesting responses like, huh? What? Huh? High five.
Yeah, I liked it better when we went over to the beer garden later on, and everybody
Yeah.
was chasing us around. Hey, we want a high five too!
Yeah.
And that really pretty group of girls sitting on the staircase that we just kind of cornered there.
No, they called us over.
Oh,
They're
they
like,
called us
"Hey."
over.
I was like, oh, high five.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna do anything like high five them or anything like that, but then somebody else was like, hey, come over here, and they high fived, and
Yeah.
they were some of them were pretty cute. And there was that one guy who was like sick, and then what's her name? Camille comes up to high five him, and she's all, hi. He's like like that. He looked like he was gonna puke.
Oh dear.
I don't know if I'll put that in the video. But,
You should put that in the video. You definitely put that in the video.
but yeah, it was a lot of fun. And beer no gin and drinking. Drinking is always fun.
Drinking is always
Speaking of which, it's hot in here.
It's really hot in here.
It is very hot in here.
I'm leaving sweat marks on the bar.
I am too.
Yeah, me
Sorry,
too.
man.
Did someone turn off the air conditioner?
I don't know. Go.
I'll go check.
you want me to
the air
it?
conditioner.
Can you
No,
get out?
I got it.
Yes.
Can you get out?
Yeah, I can get out.
He's got one air conditioner in this giant
No, I got
place.
two. One's broken.
Oh.
He's got one working air conditioner in this giant place.
Yeah.
Next thing that I did was I posted on Gaijin Smash. If anyone's got any English that they've seen, like T-shirts with English on it, or signs that have weird English. It's always fun to like look at that. So if you have a video or a picture of that, you can post it on the Gaijin Smash page, and if we like it, then we'll repost it for you. And I'm going to show you what. Who was that? One person
Has
posted,
responded yet, yeah.
responded, and it was my buddy Matt Cochrane. We used to work together at Peppy Kids Club. He lives in Australia now, I think, and he it doesn't even make any sense. It's a t-shirts. It's a t-shirt that says, quote, here's your quote: "Living which boiled in the delightful one and was surrounded." That's what it says. I mean, it just totally makes no sense at all.
You know, I had seen a couple weird random t-shirts just before you posted that, and I didn't think to take a picture, although the funniest English that I can remember, I was in Matsue, at the Matsue Castle Museum, and there's all these remnants and artifacts from the castle with the sign in Japanese that says, "Please don't touch this yourself." And below that in English, "Please don't touch yourself. Ask the staff for assistance." That is my favorite incidence of English that I have yet seen.
That's
You have
pretty good.
you have any good ones that you've seen, Graham?
Well, there's one in Niigata that would kind of break your podcast rule if I told you it. though.
Go ahead.
It's
Go
called
for
the-
it.
It's called the Fuctory. I don't know if you.
Oh, factory.
That one's pretty good.
Where is the factory?
It's near Kurosaki, actually.
It's near Kurosaki.
Yeah.
That's
And there's
great.
one by Yahiko called Hair Craps Go.
Here, Kraus go.
I'm not sure if that's like craps, like gambling, or what they were going for, but it says Hair Craps Go. It's
Hair
a pretty
Craps
good
Go.
one.
Wow.
That is great.
Is that a barber shop?
Yeah, it's a salon.
Yeah.
You know, not any salon will crap on your hair before you go.
I know I've said it so many times,
It's
but
really
my
it makes your hair
favorite one,
smooth and soft once you wash it off.
my favorite sign that I saw was also at a barber shop, and it said, "Our customers are executed promptly."
That's a hardcore barbershop. The razors are really sharp, man.
I said it so many times, but it's just it always
You like
gets a
your
laugh.
hair? Yes. He's gone.
The two that I always remember, that one in the travel agency that had a sign that said "Go away." Every time I say it, even if you've heard it a million times, it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
There's so many
Go
ways
away.
to mess up English, man.
Right?
Well, I do like the barbershop that executes its customers promptly. They must be owned by Johnny Depp playing Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. So the next thing we got is the watermelon. The watermelon. This is a watermelon, but it's missing the melon, or it's missing the water of the melon.
It's
I
not
don't
ripe
know.
yet.
It's totally ripe. Well, it's not going to get any more ripe than that.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so. I think that's as ripe as it gets.
No, that
It's just a bad watermelon. Did
guys
you
should
read
fight
the
about it
article?
right now.
I actually didn't read the
Fist
article.
fight.
Yeah, so it's like a whole bunch of white, and a tiny little speck in the middle is red, where that's the watermelon part that you could actually eat. And
Is that a
You know,
GMO
yeah, I doubt it.
from the
There's
States?
not much GMO in Japan.
Yeah, thank goodness. But
But they, I mean, you couldn't get much out of it. But it goes to tell you, because these watermelons will sell for like $10 or more.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy this $10 watermelon, and if you don't know how to tap it and listen to it and see if it's ripe or not, then you could get one of these
how
watermelons.
does that even happen?
Simply, that watermelon is
It's a
just
really
not ripe
introverted
yet.
watermelon.
It's just not ripe yet.
No,
But
it's ripe.
It's
It
ripe.
looks
It's
pretty
huge.
ripe.
It's not going to get any bigger.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
It's
be
not
bigger.
gonna
It's like
get
it has
any-
a huge ass shell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just got a huge
it's all
shell.
shell.
It's all shell and no.
It's scared to come out and eat the world. It's how its friends get eaten, you know. Like a really
No
thick
one's eating
skin,
me,
no
man.
one's gonna touch me.
But yeah, you gotta. A lot of times, these stores, they'll advertise their produce as the best in the world, as Bryan
as I found out the hard
found
way.
out. And that's another video you should check out, because he actually buys
A
an
$4 apple. That was
$4
rotten.
apple. It says best in the
Best
world, right?
in the world.
Sekai
Sekai
Ichiban.
Ichi. Sekai Ichi.
And he cuts it open, and it's all rotten inside.
All rotten inside.
And it was like $4. It's like
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you bring it back?
Yeah, I did, and they gave me my money back.
That's
They did.
good, man.
You had to Gaijin smash it though, didn't you?
I didn't have to Gaijin smash it. I showed them the wrapper. I showed them the video and said it was brown. It was brown and it wasn't ripe. It was overripe. It was rotting. Give me my money back.
Best in the world. Man.
That was the best.
Best in the world.
I don't want to see the worst
Best
apple
in
in
the
the
world.
world.
No.
No, man.
It's the best worst in the world. Okay, a friend of mine, a friend of Bryan and ours at Solo Travel Blog. I can't remember his name. I don't think he ever tells his name. But he goes on these various things, and he's hilarious because his commentary is totally off the hook. Anders' mom, don't watch these videos on Solo Travel Blog because he cusses a lot.
She's our most loyal viewer.
She commented on one of my Facebook posts. She thought it was you.
She does it all
She's
the
like-
time. Just random
Yeah,
posts.
that's
If I see Marsha Hagman mentioned you in a comment, so she's like, so she types these things like to other people, like
Yeah, it
where
was
do I-
all about you.
Where do
Get
I
in there.
where do I volunteer or whatever,
Yeah.
and then my name as it comes up afterwards. I don't know why, but it's like Anders Hagman. So it's like a completely random quote,
Yeah.
and then
And
my
your
name.
name's tagged on it.
For some reason, I don't know what's going on.
Well, she commented on one of our songs. I really like the sound, and then some personal stuff, and then something else. And I was like, well,
You might have to tag me on
she
that.
I'll tag you on that. Yeah.
Maybe she thinks you're me.
I was in the event page. That's probably why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
no
Record
idea, but
release
your
of
mom is awesome. She like
I just
posts and
remember
stuff
reading
like
one
that.
tag. She's like, "I'm ashamed to call you my son."
Yeah.
Like, holy cow! This is heavy
Like
stuff. Man.
I don't know,
The
I don't
Clive
know
and
about
Bundy. It's a
your
Clive and Bundy.
family,
But then
Bryan.
his responses,
but-
your responses are so dry. It just cracks me up. So I'm reading every thread because it's like, "Thanks, mom. I really feel great now." Like,
See, my family never comments anything on anything I ever do, so it's like
well, that sucks.
that's.
Yeah, it does suck.
I mean, what would you rather have? Somebody saying, I,
Oh, no,
I
I
hate
love
you
it.
and I think I should disown you because...
Your mom just reminds me like the classical like. I don't know, like,
She's awesome.
classic
She's awesome.
mom.
I'm just happy. I don't get upset about it. I comment on it and I defend myself, but I don't get mad at her
Yeah.
because I'm just happy she's takes the time to comment.
Real quick, I love this stuff, but I cannot eat a whole thing because it's so bad for you. But this is called Kari
dude,
Kari
those are like the-
triple cheese.
Frito twist from the U.S.
Yeah. And it's lots of cheese, like fake cheese stuff, and it's
Lots of chemicals
so
that taste good
awesome.
for a
But
second.
yeah,
Wow.
if you eat a whole thing by
Good dog.
yourself, you're asking for whatever you get.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do that because I only recently beat down that stupid stomach.
Yeah,
bug.
me too. We both got a stomach bug at the same time.
Yeah,
Scary.
I'm not drinking enough.
thank you.
You're
Must
welcome.
Must be.
Must not be.
Those are good.
Yes.
Hell of a
some more.
good.
Yeah.
So
That's
how
right.
about this London sumo run that has Japanese perplexed and offended?
Yeah, so
Does it really? Wow.
yeah, this is. I mean,
Who's offended though?
Japanese people are offended.
What
apparently.
Japanese?
Which Japanese people?
Yeah,
There's a lot of
Who,
them.
who
Yeah,
freaking
there's
knows?
about
You know, this is an
127 million
article
or something.
about. They just find whatever angle that they can to make people interested, but it shows a bunch of people in sumo suits running through a park for some sort of Japanese. I don't
That's
know,
it?
not Japanese London thing. But I think it's hilarious. These suits look really comfortable and huge.
It's not very offensive.
No.
It's not offensive at all.
No.
I don't know.
mean,
Apparently some
yeah,
Japanese people
Can it be
got
more
offended.
offensive than sumo? A bunch of fat guys in
Can it be? Wait.
I think that's a valid point.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
A
Well, I
friend
mean,
of-
if you're offended by that, you probably have bigger problems.
Yeah, an English friend of mine, Ian, wrote to
Well,
me.
that's a joke. Okay. well,
He wrote to me. He was like, "How is that more offensive than say a Japanese guy putting on a blonde wig and a big nose and?"
now
and,
that could be offensive, but this is
But
like
that
just
was
having fun.
that's hilarious. Yeah, and so what I wrote is, meanwhile in London, a bunch of Brits dress up as sumo wrestlers and run a 5K marathon, calling it an exercise, you get it, exercise, in Japanese cultural bridge gapping. In other news, a park in Japan will be sponsoring their first tea and crumpet football game, where they try to drink tea and crumpets while playing full contact tennis.
Sounds like Monty Python.
The last part was a joke, but yeah,
Upper class Twitter of the year
I'm
competition.
I'm sorry that it was a joke. I would love to see that.
people who get offended deserve to be offended.
Yes.
So if you every time some Japanese guy puts on a fake wig and tries to act like an American, he's like, apple pie, baseball, can I get a hamburger, please?
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
With some mayonnaise. Oh, did you see the guy, the cowboy hot dog seller? I'd love to show it to you, but Andrew's mom would get totally offended. Andrew's mom, if you can
So
skip
Anna's mom is basically
like
like
2
the
minutes.
FCC here, right?
Yeah,
She
exactly.
is the
CC.
FCC.
Okay.
But it shows it's like this anime where this guy behind a hot dog stand, he's American. He's like, you guys want a fucking hot dog? We got some fucking hot dogs here for you. We got the best fucking hot dogs here. Let me give you a perfect special fucking hot dog. I'm gonna even give you some special fucking sauce. Look at that. We'll put all kinds of fucking sauce on there. Yeah, it's all about the F word in that. It's hilarious. It's an animated video.
Oh, it's an animated video.
Yeah, well, it's like an animated clip. I wish I could show. I'll show it to you later when I can.
Yeah, well, just put it on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I can. It's probably owned by someone. So yeah, I will put
We
a
can link
link. I'll put a link to it or something
Hey,
like
every
that.
time I sniff my nose, is this mic picking it up?
Probably.
That's a good part.
Sorry, guys.
Podcast.
Periodically.
Hey,
you
this
hear
is
my-
like the first podcast that I haven't like coughed halfway through the
That's true.
podcast.
Only
Right?
halfway through the podcast.
Maybe because I cleaned.
Maybe.
Next I see this Tanabata Light Festival.
Yeah, so Tanabata is like one of the most celebrated festivals in summer Japan. It's the Star Festival. It's where the ancient tale is that this prince and princess could only meet each other at one time a year or something like that, and they live in the
story,
stars.
right?
Yeah, it's a
I think
Chinese
Chinese
story.
fable or something like that.
Awesome story.
Yeah, and it's really popular in Japan. They always everywhere there's a Tanabata Matsuri, which is festival. However, the Tanabata Matsuri festival in Kyoto goes by the Chinese schedule. So when they do their festival, it's a different time than when the rest of Japan does their festival. And so it's actually not happened yet, or is about to happen, or has just happened, depending on when you watch the video. And it's really cool. It's lots of lights and lots of vendors selling their Japanese food and their
Fireworks.
games and fireworks. Japanese games are kind of funny. Like, you know some of the Japanese Matsuri games?
Catching the goldfish.
That's
with
probably
that
like the most common one, right?
Probably, yeah. Catching a
Catching the
goldfish
goldfish with
out
a
of a little-
paper.
Well, it's not a paper,
net.
but it's like this little teeny net that's like not even flat. You got to be able to scoop it up in the middle of the net and prevent it from flopping off of the net while you get it into a plastic bag.
Right. And
I wonder what happens to so many of those fish. I just see them being carried around in such tiny little bags by little children.
they don't live.
They don't
I'm
live.
sure
They
it's
sometimes
not.
do. Like I have a student who has like 7 of them. They're all still alive from like when she was like a junior high school, elementary school student. And she's
Still in the
junior high
little
school.
bottle thing? Still in the little
She has
balloon?
the jar. Yeah, she has them in the.
Oh, she took him out of the
took 'em out,
balloon.
Yeah,
and,
and put them in
okay.
a
Good.
real fish tank.
A lot of these kids and parents, they're like, oh, okay, so it's a throwaway type of thing, and they just throw
God,
it
that's
away.
horrible, man.
is
Well,
pretty
also, it gets so hot during the summer, so these fish are inside these little balloons and
Poor fish,
and
man.
burning up. And also, the kids, they're holding it, and they're like, blah, 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 like that, right?
If reincarnation's true, can you imagine coming back as one of those fish?
Oh, jeez.
God.
Your
That's
karma
horrifying.
must have
That
been
would be
horrible.
bad.
Yeah, if
Special people
reincarnation
come
is
back as
true,
that
can you imagine
ex-presidents.
what you would have had to have done to come back as one of those fish?
Yeah, you'd have to be Hitler or
No,
something.
man.
You'd have to be one of those kids.
Oh, yeah, one of those kids. Well, no, because they're innocent, right?
I think Brian's got the right answer. You have to be one of the kids that shoot the fish. You'll come back as a fish.
That'll learn them.
Yeah.
So that was a thing, and that's cool.
Yes.
What's that Super Bowl game?
We're
There's like
Super
tons
Bowl?
of Super Bowl. Yeah. What, is that it?
Super Ball.
It's a bouncy ball, man.
yeah,
the
bouncy
bouncy
ball.
balls?
They call
I
it
know
Super
there's
Ball,
one
yeah.
Super Bowl game or bouncy ball game or whatever. You got like all these little pegs, and you try to roll down the bouncy ball to get it into the winning slot. But
Yeah,
other
but there's
than
another
that-
one where you can like scoop or something. That we
Is there-
talking about?
Yeah, there's
So
all
maybe,
kinds
I
of.
don't know.
I haven't played. I honestly haven't been to a Matsuri in like 4 years. not one that has more than just a couple food vendors.
Well, I went to the Murakami one. It's pretty cool.
Is it?
Yeah,
Really?
I played the darts games, and they were not happy with it. Because like I didn't know this, but they're all yakuza, right?
Mhm.
So I'm pretty good at darts.
Mhm.
So the guy was like, I was like, well, how much for the biggest prize they have? And they only have one.
Mm.
So he's like, yeah, 280. So that means I have to get 2 bullseyes and an 80. And I was like, that's impossible. He's like, well, I'll give it to you for 230. I was like, all right, cool. So first I got a 50. And then he's like, well, okay, well, now I just need an 80 and a bullseye. I was like, all right, so I get the 80, right? And I'm just like, I didn't think the bullseye's like tiny, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. Right, dead center.
Oh wow.
And the guy's like, oh. So he's like, crap. And I was like, well, can I get it? He's like, no, that's 280.
What?
But it's okay, because he gives me this laser pointer thing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like $25, and I've never won anything like that.
Wow.
So then I decided I play the balloon game next. I'm feeling pretty cocky. So I go play I play the balloon game. There's like 25 balloons, and you have to get 15. So instead of hitting them randomly, I do them in order. So I got pop the first one, pop the second one, and I get to like 13. And the guy's no longer smiling because I'm doing it all in order. I'm like, and the woman who's running the darts thing next to him is over there like this. And of course, there's all these like kids behind me going like, yeah, come on. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna hit the next one. So I just barely missed it.
Oh wow.
But
You
the guy
did it on
gives me-
purpose?
Yeah, I did it on purpose. I didn't like the way they were looking at me. I was like, because I started realizing as I'm like hitting, I'm like, they're probably the top prize. It's like it's
They've
like
only
a
got one.
PlayStation, yeah, or it's an empty box.
Probably an empty
And they're
box.
probably thinking, well, this guy's like he's a hustler. I mean, it's not hard to hit a target this big.
Yeah, but that probably never happened.
Yeah, it never happens, right? So so I missed the next one and faked like
man.
I was disappointed, but they give me like one of the top prizes anyway. So he's like, oh, and he's searching around because I think he knew that I knew.
It probably
Yeah,
was
like
also
that.
like, I'm gonna give you this top prize, and you're gonna go away now.
Yeah. Yep. Well, he gave me a pretty decent prize. So yeah.
Wow.
At that point, and the woman was like, "Oh, nice try," and they're all like, "Nice try," and everything. But
Yeah, nice try. Now get out of here.
thank you for missing. I guess
For not
There was
doing
some
this
definite tension there.
there was, I could feel like I didn't notice it for the first 10, and then like the 11th or 12th one, my fiance was looking at me going, "Oh," she stopped being like excited because the guy. And then I looked at the guy's face, and he's like, the dart's getting put in my hand harder and harder each time. He's like. I was like, oh, crap, I probably shouldn't be doing this. So next time, I'm going to do them randomly.
No.
Yeah, I'll just do them randomly.
Do them random. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just do them randomly.
Do you think that'll help?
Probably. Or I'll just get really, really drunk, and then it's all bets are off. I might hit the guy, I don't know.
You know what? Actually, that might be better.
Yeah. Ow, okay, here, take this prize, yeah. But yeah, the top prize is like
It's okay. We've got tetanus shots right here. I brought them with me just in case some idiot like you came. You gotta imagine that some of these kids, they don't know what they're doing, right? And they're gonna be like, where did they go? And some kid behind them is gonna be like, it's like, they don't have. It's not plastic or
Darts
anything
are
like
scary,
that.
man.
Yeah, darts
Darts
are
can be
scary.
scary.
I have
They can be
the
scary.
dartboard here is the soft tip darts,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've actually put the soft tip dart into your wall.
Yeah, that happens too, yeah.
I put the soft tip dart into his wall.
Yeah, you
You
did stick
can
it
draw
pretty
blood
good.
with a soft tip.
Yeah, you can.
I've
It's just such a small point.
Yeah.
The energy
Small point,
behind it,
yeah.
man.
If
I
it's
was
going
still
fast
shocked.
enough, you can.
I was still
you
like,
can
oh my god.
stab anyone with anything. I could stab you with this bottle right here if I threw it at you at light speed or something.
Light speed.
Well, yeah.
I think you do more than like stab you with it.
I think
Probably
it's just
take
like go
out
through him.
you and half of the earth with it.
Yeah.
I hate light speed bottles, man.
Me too.
It's just unpredictable tragedy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a light speed bottle.
What can I do?
He's on the floor.
Probably disintegrate into nothingness.
I think it would.
Probably, yeah. So that's our show. Great, thank you very much. I'm gonna go home now. No, we still got 20 minutes.
We still got 20 minutes. Well, let's move from the light speed bottles to the Darkside Radio.
Yeah,
Bryan,
Darkside
you want
Radio.
to tell us about Darkside Radio? It's your newest release that came out on the 13th of July, I believe.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, newest album, Darkside Radio. Let's see, started writing it in April. I
Really?
I played a live show.
Oh wow.
And I went to an after party and had this conversation with this
Okay,
woman.
can I play one of your songs on the video during your talking right now?
Sure.
Which one should I put on there?
Well, the song I'm talking about now, maybe.
Darkside
Radio?
Darkside Radio?
Well, yeah, that's good. That's
The title
track.
track?
Yeah.
All right, so you're listening to the title track.
Darkside
while he's
Radio.
talking about it.
Yeah.
That's
So
in
I
the
went to
background.
this drinking party, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go, but I went anyways. And I was surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know, all Japanese people, and I was feeling like, maybe I shouldn't have come here. You ever get that feeling when you
Yeah.
cross somebody
All the
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
every
"God,
day.
maybe I-"
Yeah.
But then they brought out the beer glasses, and it said premium malts, and I was like, yes, like salvation, like it's okay to be here.
Yeah.
But then it turned out it was just that cheap Nomi Hodai beer.
That's
Anyways, the main point is like I ended up having this nice kind of conversation with this woman named Junko, and I got really inspired after that conversation to write a song, and from that song, I felt really inspired to make a new album. So the new album kind of came from that seed, which is usually how it happens with me. The
Nice.
album before, my friend sent me a really nice email and it inspired me to write a song. But this one's based on from that night, so from April to May, and then into June a little bit I wrote, and it usually happens really fast when I feel
Wow.
right? And then it was finished, and then I teamed up with a couple super awesome dudes, Jeff and Tom, and we just practiced the hell out of everything.
Wow.
Release party,
Yeah,
so-
Jeff, I love him. He's the other bass player He's the
Yeah.
bass player for Graham here,
Yeah.
and bass players we stick together.
So, but yeah, these guys are just as gung ho as I am, so it was fun.
Oh yeah, he's
and
funny.
we saw
Who's
Anders
that?
and you guys at open mic.
Mm-hmm.
And Anders was talking to me saying, "Oh man, we suck. It's gonna suck." And then they played.
Yeah.
and
It's
they
an accurate
sounded,
description.
Yeah, it is.
for the
Totally,
sake of Anders'
right?
mom, they sounded flipping great, man. So like,
Well, we are
yeah, I
the
was
worst
super
case scenario.
impressed.
Worst case
Worst
scenario.
Usually,
case
you know,
scenario. Saiakunobai.
I don't know. Super self-deprecating, but awesome, like 90s acoustic alternative rock. It reminded me of.
Is it 90s?
Just reminded me of like 90s.
That's
I don't
when
know.
I started. That's when I wrote most of the songs.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, to be honest, I love Andrew's voice. So I heard some recordings on Facebook of his beer song, some song about masturbation, and some other song.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
But
Not even
his
my
voice-
pastime. It's my favorite thing ever.
So I'm a sucker for original voices.
I'm a
So.
sucker for masturbation.
Wow. Go on.
Go on, yes, do go on.
Anyway.
I'm going on.
Stop!
Sorry, Graham.
It's okay, man.
You
So
can't
we had
stop in the middle. Jesus.
we had a release party. And
Yeah,
these guys
yeah, it
played,
was
and
awesome.
it was supposed to be sunny that day, but actually it rained buckets all damn day.
It was a horrible.
God was pissed.
Um,
He was pissing.
God was pissed, or
was
God was pissing.
Yeah, he was pissing.
I'll go with the latter. But I think this is the best album I've ever done, so if you guys want to check it out,
It's
shameless
good.
plug, but go to my website, www.grahamwilliamsmith.com,
Wait. One more time.
www.grahamwilliamsmith.com.
You changed it.
I changed it.
It used to be Graham Smith Music.
William with the just type in a fucking bunch. Oh shit!
Oh, rule number 3!
My mom is not gonna type it in.
Type in a type in a bunch of W's. I don't know.
Is it WH?
It's also on CD Baby if you search Graham Smith. It's only digital. I didn't make CDs this time, but really poured my heart and soul into this one.
Graham William Smith.
Hope you like it.
So why didn't you make?
Or
CDs?
Graham W. Smith.
I didn't have time. We did
What about cassettes?
cassettes.
I think that's a new technology.
yeah.
I see a lot of
From the
no, they
90s.
call it
Sony
8-track.
Walkman.
They call it 8-track, right?
Eight-track.
8-track.
I just can't keep up, man.
You
know?
can't keep it.
Yeah, Paul McCartney, Wings. What is this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So much stuff, you know. I just driving around in my Model T, trying to keep up with the
You
times.
should see
With
the
your cassette
new
player.
LPs.
Like I said earlier, my Model T. Well, but
I think they came with that standard. Yeah.
yeah, I
cassette
think so
player, yeah.
too. I think so too. Henry Ford is all about
He
it.
was all about cassettes.
Just
Yeah.
NWA.
I think he has
cassette
one of my
and-
cassettes. He has an awful lonely cassette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Novel only cassette, huh?
Henry
Oh.
Ford. Yeah. Biggest fan.
Yeah.
He was our biggest fan.
Must have been awesome. Now we got your mom.
My mom is a fan.
Yeah,
She
she's a big
subscribed?
fan.
I don't know.
She
I don't know if
just
she knows
watches
how. I don't know if
She just watches the podcast to make sure that Anders is minding his P's and Q's.
Actually, I think she's trying to email my sister, and she just happens to open the podcast. That's working.
Hey, if we're that easy to find, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody should be listening to our
for
podcast.
ABC News or something, and she's like, "This must be it."
Oh, it's got Anders in it.
Yeah. I've had my sisters send me her replies because she emailed them to them. So yeah, my mom's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome on the computer.
Marsha, I like your posts.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep him in line. He's a crazy man.
Yeah.
He's a crazy man. The next, we're actually playing this Monday at the
Open mic. Are you
open
playing?
mic.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you moved. You're
got
not
something
as
to-
accessible.
No, it's not about
anymore.
moving. It's just about working till 9 p.m. I could make
I'm working
it.
till 9.
Oh, well, now you've done challenged me now.
I've done challenged you, man.
Maybe it'll be
You can
there.
play after us.
No,
I was really excited. Marco sent a message to the music line. We're doing some Sex Pistols.
Yeah, is that
I
Marco
really-
wants to do it?
I don't know who wants to do it, but Marco's the one that sent the message.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll do it. I can play bass.
Yeah. I just want to sing, man.
I can play the kazoo.
Even though I've boycotted the Sex Pistols, as I
Yes,
told you.
please tell us, why did you boycott?
Because Sid Vicious killed a cat.
Okay.
They killed a cat?
He killed a
I
cat.
think this
so
is funny because of all the reasons to boycott the Sex Pistols.
It was because he
For
killed
those
a
of you
cat.
that know about the Sex Pistols,
They're not very nice guys.
well,
Well,
I like
listen.
Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten's okay.
That
Johnny
guy,
Rotten's
that
okay.
guy has a really cool heart, man.
Yeah.
But
His
Sid Vicious,
was it?
Cat killing jerk?
Yeah, cat killing jerk.
yeah.
And I got a serious problem with cat
So we
killers.
should turn this into like one of those Bible videos from the '60s, like Sid Vicious
You
kills
should
cats.
meet.
Yeah.
You better burn your Sid Vicious records right now.
I did. I did.
Dude,
Got rid of
you,
him.
you should meet my friend Jamie Lynn Lano.
Jamie Lynn.
Yeah.
That's too many L's.
That's too many L's for me. I don't meet people with that many L's.
Yeah, what country do you
Jamie
think this is?
Lynn Lano. Or Lano. Or, I think it's Lano. But
Does he kill cats?
Yeah.
No,
Because if he kills
she-
cats, he's a lame-o.
she is like a 6'8"
Cat.
beautiful
Cat killer?
brunette cat lover.
Oh, cat lover. Oh, okay.
She has a cat named Sansa, and right now she used to be a mangaka here in Japan. She worked on Prince of Tennis. You heard of that?
Never heard of it.
Prince of Tennis.
I don't even
Is she
understand the
6'8"?
last 15 words that came out of your mouth.
She's
man.
6'8".
I don't know. She's 6 foot something.
Wow.
She's tall. She's really tall. I met her once at a cafe. Just was in Tokyo, and it's like, hey, let's meet up, and we went and had a
Had a
coffee.
cat?
You had a cat
We
at
had
a cafe
coffee.
in Tokyo?
Truth comes
Coffee
out.
at
He's
a
a cat.
Anders,
Starbucks.
what he's a
You're in a
cat
cat
eater.
killing
No, you can't go
society.
upstairs
aren't
now.
She was taller than me. She was taller than me.
Wow.
And now she's in Hawaii, though. And she's trying to find a place to live. But the problem is she's got the cat, Sansa. And I actually suggested to her, and I feel kind of bad about this, it's like, you might have to let the cat go so you can find a place. And she's like, no, and I don't like people who even suggest that you get rid of a family member.
I agree.
Can I ask you a question? Why
Yeah.
do you like cats so much?
You know what? I grew up with animals, and I always wanted a dog. But when I moved to Japan, I didn't want any pets. But I found this cat, Buddy. He was like this big, and he was outside my house, and he was sick. So the mother cats get rid of their sick kittens.
Really?
Yeah, they abandon them, and they move on. So this cat was out for about 2 weeks. It was outside meowing every day, and every time I tried to go outside to see if I could feed it or whatever, it would run away. And one time it was really raining, so I left the door open.
Yeah.
And when it ran away, I went from the other side of the
Yeah.
house, and it ran into the house. It ran into my school.
Okay.
And then it got stuck between. It got stuck. It stuck himself between the vending machine and the wall. So then it was like meowing at me, thinking I don't know what it was thinking, but I picked it up and it pooped on my hand. So I was like, God, I guess I really scared it. So I just felt bad. I mean, it's this helpless little thing. It was like looked like it was about to die anyway. So I brought it to the vet, and the vet said, "Well, no, we're gonna euthanize it." I was like, "No, I don't care how much it costs. Just save the cat." He said, "We have to keep it." And I was like, "Well, I didn't want an animal. I was making like $400 a month at the time. I had no money because I just started my school." And he's like, "Okay." So I borrowed money from my host family, and I paid. It was like 6 mon or something like that.
Wow.
He was like we're like touch and go for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it was like, and he made it, and he was sick, and he had like that. He has that feline leukemia.
Oh, jeez.
So he lived for 9 years. He
Wow.
lived 8 years, and
That's great.
Best friend I
Feline
ever had.
leukemia.
It's like it had some. I don't know what it is. I don't remember the Japanese thing, but it was
You
like. So he said
sure
he
it
was
wasn't
gonna
like
live for
Is that the same cat that
HIV or
slept on your-
FIV?
whatever FIV maybe.
Yeah, FIV.
But he said
Feline
he's-
immunovirus.
Yeah, exactly. He said he wasn't going to live to be 2,
Yeah.
Oh
but he ended up living 7 years, and he just died suddenly.
Yeah, because
On my birthday,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like AIDS, it's something that'll just come along and kill you. That's kind of the way it is when you don't
Is
have
that
an
the cat
immune
that slept
system.
on you? Sorry, this is personal, but you told me one night you were super hungover and you woke up.
The cat was on my chest. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that Buddy?
Yeah, it was Buddy.
Aw.
That's what I used to wake up like half in my bathroom and half out of it. Sorry, Mom. And because I'd be like so
Buddy was-
plastered, and Buddy would just be lying on my chest. Yeah, that's what
That's
he
a
did.
true Buddy right there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he.
We got a picture of Buddy on the wall that we can't
Yeah.
show you, but yeah,
Alright,
there's
well
a
then,
picture of Buddy.
Boycott the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, boycott the Sex Pistols.
Boycott Sid Vicious.
Yeah,
and
Sid Vicious.
I don't think that it's that you should get rid of your cat, but it was just I was really worried about her because she
Yeah.
can't find a place to live, and it's like you can't support your cat if you can't have a place to live.
Just give the cat to somebody for a temporary
Well,
time
that's what I said.
until you
I
get
said-
a place. Put the cat somewhere that the landlord doesn't know about the cat,
Right.
and then go and get the cat.
Right. I said that you should give the cat away, or maybe I said maybe.
How's the
you should
landlord
give the
gonna
cat
find
away.
out though?
Huh?
How's the landlord
Cats are
gonna
pretty
find
loud
out?
and they smell.
Yeah.
Trust me.
They'd
But how often
probably
does the
find
landlord
out.
come to the place?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Good
Well,
point.
America, it's Hawaii. Who knows?
Hawaii. Yeah, I don't. I've got friends in Hawaii. I talked to the friends that I have in Hawaii, and they're all pretty much got the same thing. It's like tough love, man. She's got herself there. She needs to figure it out herself.
There's got to be places like that will allow cats though.
Yeah, but they're like really expensive and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
Hawaii, so when you get into that kind of expense, it's going to be really exorbitant.
It's expensive here. It's really hard to have a pet in Japan.
In
actually.
Japan, it's
Dogs
crazy,
are actually
right?
harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no.
If you rent
You gotta
them,
have.
yeah.
You don't have a yard. You have a giant house with no yard.
Yeah.
No, but I've got my cats. They have. Free
Well,
reign.
your cats, right? Cats,
So
but
cats
dogs
are
are
indoors. Dogs
not.
no. Yeah.
Dogs,
Dogs
yeah.
couldn't do it. You couldn't have a dog here.
Yeah.
That is is specifically not a large dog like a golden retriever or a German
No,
Shepherd.
because I'm not home enough.
Yeah,
cats-
you gotta take care of the
I
dogs.
don't. I don't know that I'm home enough to have a cat. I don't know that I'm home enough to have a cat, which is
You're not holding. You're not home enough to have a goldfish.
Turtle might be okay.
Maybe turtle.
Turtles run
Yeah.
away though.
They do run away. That's all they do. They just run.
Yeah, and with
I
me
love
not being home, as,
They're my
not being
favorite,
as
but
home,
can't keep them in a boat.
with me
Blah,
not
blah,
being
blah, blah,
home
blah.
as often as I am not home, that's plenty of time for that turtle to get away.
Is that
I have a speech
Okay, stop
impediment,
that,
folks.
Stop that. If you're gonna sound like Porky Pig, you gotta actually.
One of my neighbors had a turtle actually kept in the bowl. and it
Sound
was
like
gone.
You're one to
My wife was
talk.
walking
Go
down the
on.
river one
Yeah,
day.
but I'm not going.
Oh, really?
He made a long way though.
Yeah, well, that's what he did.
I wonder
No, he
why
didn't.
died.
He went,
It's like
What's going on over there, man?
I had 2 turtles that I don't remember winning at a Matsuri or buying.
those little
I don't
tiny
remember. No, they were like this big. They were
What?
huge.
Yeah,
I
because you were
woke
playing
up-
darts.
No, I have no idea what happened. But I went near my school. There was a Matsuri
Okay.
festival,
Go on.
and I guess there's 2 pet shops there. And I was drinking because I do that
Go on.
in the afternoon on my days off. And I don't remember coming home, but I came home. I had a roommate at the time named Dan. This giant guy's like 6'4" and 350 pounds. And
Go on.
he comes home, and I'm sleeping half in my doorway and half outside. And he's like, Anders, there's turtles in the lobby of the school. I'm like, huh? So he's like, yeah, there's 2 turtles. Apparently, I brought 2 turtles home. They were walking around in the middle of the school. So he wakes me. I'm super hungover. It's like 11 o'clock the next day or something, and
Oh man.
I'm super hungover. And we drive. I make him drive my car. We drive to Komeri, and I buy all kinds of stuff for them. And it's like, God, man, I don't remember getting them. But then finally, I couldn't keep 2 turtles because they got pregnant and had baby eggs, and so I had like baby turtles for a while that all died. They all died.
That's sad.
Yeah. Because I'm not.
I'm
very
sorry,
good
man.
parent.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, they just. I mean, they didn't live. They like broke out of the shell, and then the next day were dead.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they didn't live very long. I guess they weren't very hardy, but so I decided I gave them to a friend of mine who has a pond, and they had this giant pond with all kinds of like little animals and stuff they could eat. They ran away.
Yeah.
It's like,
They didn't like the
what the hell's
pond.
wrong with them?
Turtles just wrong,
They
man.
probably lived their entire life in a bucket.
They were looking for another bucket.
Yeah.
I guess so. Where's my bucket?
They've never known anything but a
They like
bucket.
the bucket. I don't know.
They wanted a greener bucket.
But I have no idea why I bought them. And I bought a male and a female because I'm so smart when I'm drunk.
Yeah, that's like, of course, you know, he looks like he would want to have a girlfriend. So
I guess maybe I don't remember it happening, but yeah, I woke up with 2 giant turtles. I think it was like one was like this big, the female was like this big, and the male was like this big. But
Speaking of pets, man, one regret I have is my dog. We were never home. Like,
Really?
I'll
Yeah.
never want to do that again. Like, she was depressed. Like, if
Really?
you have a pet, it's good to be home.
yeah. Well, cats are okay. I have 2
Cats are different, a little different.
cats, and I have 2 cats. I mean, one thinks he's a dog, so it's all right.
it's different for me where I'm from in Arizona. We have a lot of desert, and our animals were just like not a lot of upkeep with them.
Kinda
you know, you
wild
feed them, you
outside.
give them water, and yeah, they go outside, they come inside, whatever. And
You got
it's a
coyotes
desert.
out in the desert there.
Yeah,
You gotta be
yeah.
careful of the
We've
coyotes.
lost a lot of cats.
Yeah,
you know?
okay.
We lost at least 2 cats to the coyote that's coming to the city in Denver. Wait a minute, we're in the United States now. We
Denver
need to come back to
coyote.
Japan.
yeah,
Sounds like an action movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Coyote Denver.
Coyote Denver.
Starring Chuck Norris.
Like in
And Tyra
Japan,
Banks.
in Japan they.
Yes.
Coyote
alive.
Denver. Yeah,
Is she still alive?
Oh, hey, by the way,
You been asking that about Chuck Norris?
I want to pull this back into the beer drinking and whatnot. Solo travel blog guy that I was talking about earlier. He's been talking about doing a video on beers and a beer taste,
Really?
like which beers are good in Japan and stuff like that.
I
And
know
he's
a song-
hilarious.
I know a song you should use.
Which one?
The beer song.
You want me to say,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
use the beer song?
Use the beer
Do
song.
we have a
yeah.
good quality version of the beer
Well,
song?
the original, the awful only versions.
Okay,
Are there any
I'll look for
craft
that.
beers in Japan as potent as Sierra Nevada?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Like, that
No.
stuff makes my jaw do something.
No, that's ridiculous.
I'm like searching for that. But
Maybe we'll have to buy a brewery and.
Make your own
own,
brewery.
yeah.
We'll
Make
just
it Buddy's Brewery, man.
Buddy's
Buddy's
Brewery.
I think in Japan you can make beer, but you can only make it for your own personal use. It's the same
no,
as
no,
like.
you can make it
Make
for
sure.
for.
Unless if you have a license, you can make it to sell. Yeah, or you
No,
can
no.
make it-
If you have a license, you can sell it,
Yeah.
but you can like give it away, or you can charge people for English lessons and then give
Oh
them
yeah,
free
that would- yeah, we could do
craft beer.
my buddy Paul Riley, who owns Mates Kaiwa, does that.
it. He gives beer away.
Yeah, he'll give his own homemade beer away. Well, he won't give it away, but he has it.
Does he have a bar?
No, well,
I have a bar.
he doesn't have a bar, but he has a bar in his kitchen in the back of his English school.
Is it as big as this bar?
No, it isn't.
Because this is a big bar.
This is a very big bar.
Big bar.
I have a big bar.
Yes, you do.
I'm making up for something.
Yes, we know. Oh wait, no, your girlfriend does.
My lack of my lack of dress shoes. I can't find my dress shoes. I moved and I cannot find my dress.
You know
shoes.
what they say about a guy who has big feet?
What? I have small feet.
Do you know what they say about a guy who has small feet?
Well, one's big, one's small.
Do you know what they say about a guy who has a big foot and a small foot?
No, what do they say?
He wears 2 different size socks.
Really?
Yes,
That's true.
That is true.
it's true.
I like that. That's realism right there.
It's realism.
The realism.
Keep it
We're
real.
waffling.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Don't get all abstract for no reason.
Why you gotta be so weird? I got 2 different size
I
feet.
got 2 different sized feet, man. I want to give a shout out to my friend Howard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Howard watches the podcast from Lyndonville, Vermont.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He often will like he watches it and he texts me as he's watching it.
That's cool.
It's like, so he's like, "Man, you guys are really lit, huh?" Yes, we are. So I have no idea what he's talking about at first.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
Oh, he's watching the podcast.
So it'll, in the podcast, I'm so late on getting the podcast out. So he's watching a podcast from like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and all of a
so-
sudden
yeah,
he'd be like, "Yeah, it was there. It was the cat." And you're like, "What?"
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know, it was the cat. It's like, huh? Does he tell you, like, finally tell you? Oh, I'm watching the
Oh
podcast.
no, yeah. He tells. I figured it out eventually, but yeah. He's like, "Oh, you're watching the podcast." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm watching it." So he watches. So we do have a viewer in America,
Yeah,
at
great.
least one.
Thank
So
you.
one of our 6 viewers My
5 or 6
mom,
years.
Howard,
Howard.
you, me, and the 4 guys that are on the show. Yeah, and we
You actually watched the podcast?
I watched the podcast. Yeah.
You didn't know what happened in the last podcast.
I didn't see the last podcast because you didn't put it up yet.
Yeah, well, I did put it up, number 10.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but I haven't watched the last one we were in with you, me, and Eric.
Oh,
Yeah,
11. That one's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched the very last one. You watched it or no?
Watched the first quarter of the last one.
Oh, really?
With
Was that bad?
With Eric.
With
No,
Eric?
I just.
Yeah, that's
Right
the one with
before I
Eric.
came
That's
tonight,
number
I
10.
watched
Oh, really?
No,
Eric was
That's one
very
where we-
entertaining, actually.
Yeah,
Eric
I
is
love
pretty
Eric.
good.
He was
Eric is-
great.
He was
Gotta
pretty-
get him back
We
in.
were drinking a lot
He
before
was
the podcast.
he was totally drunk by the time we started.
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't drink
I was
that.
watching,
Yeah.
just
That's
watching
great.
his eyes, and then
Yeah.
like you guys would be talking, and then he'd be like,
Yeah.
I know exactly where Eric's at right now.
Oh, do
He's
you?
just like,
Sorry. Yeah.
no, not like right now, but like I've been there before.
Yeah.
You know, he's like trying to be subtle, but it's so obvious.
No, he's great.
I like
Eric
his-
is up there right now.
What's up, Eric? I like your spirit. I probably seem totally nervous. At
What are you
first,
talking
too.
about?
Got a bit of a
It's
buzz.
Eric right there.
What?
Eric,
is
Eric,
Eric?
he's right there.
Huh?
This is what Eric looks like to us.
That smile detector is creepy, man.
Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's Eric.
The smile detector?
Yeah.
Not face
What?
detector.
What? I don't get you.
The squares that are the targets that are being put on our heads right now because we're being targeted for some drone strike. or
So
something.
I've got the camera right here, and it's turned to face us so that we can see what the camera sees, and it keeps putting these little white boxes around
Targets.
their heads,
Yeah.
but not my head.
because
Target.
he's the one.
Who does
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
time's up.
Timer drone.
Timer done.
Timer drone. Duck for cover right now.
Damn.
Hey, you should put that special effects app in right here. You ever seen that missile effect? It puts missile explosions on any of your videos.
Yeah, but
Seriously?
it's
Yeah, it's
not.
really
it's
cool.
not licensable, and
Oh.
yeah. So if I put it on there, I couldn't put it on Grinning Studios.
Okay, well let's just make a real explosion right now.
Blow stuff up.
So thank you
High
very
five,
much
man.
for joining us for the Gaijin Smash podcast number 12. And hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, because it's awesome.
Yes.
And
if
thanks,
there's any-
Graham.
Yeah, Graham Smith.
Thanks, guys.
Graham
Thank you for
Smith.
coming on.
Hopefully he'll
Yeah,
be a
thanks.
repeat guest because he lives close by.
Yeah, now
Yes.
you do.
Come out to Bondi City on the 24th.
The
Please.
24th.
It's
These
going to be a lot of
guys
fun.
and,
No, we're all gonna be there.
Well, come
that's
see
it.
them. We'll hang out with you afterwards. You can you can heckle us.
You can come and laugh at us.
Yeah, heckle.
Self-deprecation, but
Laugh at us
Self-deprecation.
and enjoy,
Defecation.
the actual.
the only kind of defecation there is, I hope.
Oh, dear.
Self-defecation.
All right, thank you. See you.
Peace.
Bye bye.